I hope you're not doing anything important. You've been activated.
For you, I've got nothing but time.
Excellent. Time to go.
Something's up with this vehicle, people. Get locked down.
Oh no.
Vehicle's been hacked. Searching for intruder.
Come out! Wherever you are.
No!
Initiate lockdown. What the hell's wrong with that thing? Lock it down.
It's not doing that on its own! Drone, full sweep of the area.
Well, I'm waiting. Where is it? Let's have it. Please, what you play with yourself? Come on.
Okay, calm yourself. Get out.
Yeah, I think...
Get away!
The fuck is this?
Think next time, alright?
Albion's operational plans are just what we needed to really get some traction. We'll have to take a close look at this. Now, how do we take King's Cross offline?
Albion's housed a massive hybrid-powered generator in there. Output must be immense. You getting to that generator ain't going to be easy. They've locked it up tighter since I last saw.
So?
My news drones are still in here. They should be functional. You can use one of them. Probably have better luck piloting it too, yeah?
Well, causing a power surge in a hybrid-powered generator isn't like making a toasty. We're going to need detailed specifications.
Let's go see what's up.
Scanning the area for suspicious theft. Investigation underway. Footman mode engaged. Investigation underway.
Check this out.
Investigating disturbance. Awaiting area.
According to this, there's an override code that'll get us into the generator's system. That's it. Use the code on the generator and I can trigger a power surge.
It should be enough to take King's Cross offline, and the rail system too.
Waiting area. Investigation underway.
Here we go.
We got a gold mine of information out of St. Pancras. Albion convoys, informants, gear, you name it. Everything we need to ignite the people of London, like we did in Camden. Derail Albion's operations and give the people a reason to rise up, borough by borough. The more we do that, the more we'll get allies flocking to the cause. We'll show London that DedSec is here for them.
That was off the chain, mate. I knew DedSec weren't the bad guys Albion was saying. Now the rest of Camden will too. Thanks.
Cool. Cheers.
Now that you've shown the borough what DedSec is really all about, there are going to be folks wanting to join up. A lot of people have been looking for a way to fight back. In fact, there's one in particular I suspect will contact you very soon. I happen to know they're champing at the bit.
Hell yeah! Keep them coming. DedSec's growing.
Well, fuck me, you're still alive. I owe Sabine a tenner. Not only that, but your resistance handiwork just opened up a whole new source of information. So now I spy with my hypothetical eye something interesting at the Ministry of Civic Management.
What is it?
The Signals Intelligence Response Service, or SIRS, or the Earl Grey Gestapo, have developed a surveillance technology called AR Reconstruction. It's the bleeding edge of privacy rights violation, and thus it could be very useful in our attempts to find Zero Day.
You're listening to The Bug.
Nibbling away on the rotten carcass of a once-free Britain. Hello, resistors, this is The Bug, keeping the fire of hope alive in the vacuum of today's Britain. OK, fires don't burn in vacuums. It's a little novelty Christmas light, shaped like a flame, but it's something. It is something to cling to. Joining me, as always, is Alice. And Alice, hold the front page. Technology, apparently, is here to stay. There's no way around that now. Much as I'd like to go back to the 18th century and see if we can have another crack at the Industrial Revolution and get it later on this time. But new tech is creating 4,000 jobs. Count them all, 4. Thousands, 4,000 new jobs, thanks to this new tech investment.
I mean, that's a very exciting thing if you're someone who wants to work in the tech sector, but I can only assume that this tech investment has created 4,000 jobs that will immediately be taken by robots.
Even if they're not, there'll be jobs that no one in their right, sane mind would actually want to do, but that's the price of progress, I guess. And we have to embrace the way technology is taking over everything, because maybe this is a ray of hope for us in this darker universe, that technology will in fact render us all obsolete, and we won't need humans at all, because look at the bad things that are happening now. What is the common denominator behind all of them?
I don't know, Andy, tell me.
All the bad things that are happening now, all the bad things that have ever happened, all involved human beings. They're always involved. Anything goes wrong from the very dawn of time. And think of this, an automated Nigel Cass, surely a step up on the human Nigel Cass. You could even program it to have a tiny, tiny sliver of conscience. And if you had an automated Prime Minister, you could program it to be occasionally in the goddamn country. So that's, again, just a step forward.
Again, I insist that there's never been a Prime Minister, Andy. I've never seen him, I've never heard of him. The only times I ever hear what the Prime Minister does is when nothing happens.
I mean, it has reached the point where, and I thought we would be better off if the Prime Minister was a walking. No, it would be, I think we'd all be happy with that. We'd all know where we stood.
You hear him being praised for his diplomatic skills all the time, but the best mark of diplomacy is when nothing happens. So good diplomacy is indistinguishable from him doing absolutely nothing.
You seem feisty. You'd fit in well with the Resistance. You know what I mean?
Would you happen to be in DedSec? Because I have some information you'll find useful.
Go on.
I, along with 300 of my colleagues, were all made redundant a few weeks ago.
That's really awful.
Thankfully, I managed to land on my feet, but something about the layoff stinks to high heaven. What company has the resources to replace 300 skilled workers like that? It's preposterous.
Damn right. You want DedSec to do a little digging then? Find out about your replacement and all?
Precisely. I never forget a favor. Help me and I'll help you however I can.
What's that about? What's that?
A tech corporation acting unethically? Sounds out of character, but let's investigate anyway.
On it.
He's away so often, Andy. I'm starting to think he doesn't like the country.
That is all from the Bug today. Fly away, Bugs. We are done.
In just 3 short years, London has seen 15% of its workforce made redundant, and another 20% are expected to be added in the next 5 years, as artificial intelligence advances on nearly every sector of the economy. Tonight on GBB, we examine how the new age of automation is affecting the lives of Londoners who have lost or are about to lose their livelihoods.
Coming up today on The Upload, we're talking about Skye Larson, the enigmatic founder of Broker Tech. Everyone knows her name, but no one knows too much about her. We only really see her these days as a hologram. She was pretty young when she launched Broker Tech, the company that is best known for introducing Bagley to the world. Nowadays, it's hard to remember a world before Bagley.
Bagley is the most advanced, significant AI of our time, and it's really blown all the other AIs that were created out of the water. And I think that what Skye Larson's done with Bagley is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really imagine the optic without it. But what do you know about Skye Larson herself?
Not a lot, other than that she's actually pretty incredible. I've followed her work for a long time, and she's always been a pretty private person. I know that she supposedly grew up in the countryside, but there isn't actually that much more we know about her other than this tech that she's put out into the world.
I've always found it a bit creepy that she's so obsessed with this idea of transhumanism.
Why wouldn't you be? When you've got a mind as amazing as Skye's, why wouldn't you want to take what you've got and actually augment it by working with technology, by improving your physical self, changing your body and the world around you, implementing more technology to extend your life and really sort of extend human capabilities?
You sound pretty much in love with Skye Larson, I have to say.
I can't comment on that, but I am a big fan of her work. She's been one of these people that has transformed the world around us, and just watching how her mind works from afar is pretty incredible, because some of what the technology she's introduced has changed how we all live our lives, and Bagley has been this really incredible assistance to humanity as a whole. Did I ever tell you that I actually interviewed Skye Larson once?
Really? I thought she never spoke to the media or anything.
So this was a long time ago, back in the day when she was a little bit more accessible, and she was one of these people that just had an amazing presence. You were inspired by her very being, and she was just incredibly talented and knowledgeable, and one of possibly the best living people that I've ever met.
I'm not sure you're being too objective there. I mean, I imagine she's not very likable as a person.
She obviously despises humanity in some ways. I think she believes that becoming data is preferable to being human. She's one of these people who's extremely methodical in everything that she does, and she does everything to perfection and really tries to change the world around her and make it a better place for us to live.
Really? I don't need this. Shit sucker. Ass shit. I don't want to get involved. Piece of that yet not bode well.
In today's world, we all have to get used to every move being tracked by the
Personal space, please.
cameras around you, and with every click we make for life. Seems like everything we do is extreme data. Why are they stars that blue so hungry?
To hold our private information and our metadata. What are they using it for? Will we ever have real private lives again? What is privacy in the digital world? And what happens when capitalism and surveillance become one? As you know,
Version call. Possible hostile at your location.
Speaking from a secure location, here's new technology strategy.
Moving to the hostile's location.
We work
Over.
all over the world, trying to keep democracy strong.
They passed through
in
the
face of
checkpoint.
the data
Over.
assault.
Building a resistance group requires operatives with specialized skills. Technical abilities, firearms handling, and physical training are all valuable. Bare-knuckle boxing rings are a good place to find people who are good at throwing punches, or taking them. By defeating each opponent in an arena, you'll have an opportunity to face its best fighter. Prove your physical superiority, and they may consider joining DedSec. I'm guessing that's some sort of primate society thing.
Every possible way. Data is collected through surveillance cameras. Data is collected from television sets. They don't even necessarily need to be super smart television sets. Data is collected from voter records. It's collected from how much power do you use in your house and how much water do you use in your house. In pre-crisis Britain, we got really used to all of our services being free. Everything suddenly became free that was digital. But what people forgot is that if you're not paying for it, then you're the product being sold.
If technology brings out the worst in capitalism, capitalism brings out the worst in technology. Senior academic Alfie tells us how big business repurposes big data.
Historically, what's happened, of course, is that people have traded their privacy for their convenience as smartphones and other kinds of technology came in and became mass-consumed, mass-used items and technological objects. Gradually, people were so attracted to the affordances of these technologies that privacy kind of retreated into the background and into a state we've got now where it's essentially gone. Having this access to this data makes huge tech companies like Bloom so much more powerful than they would be otherwise, and not just in the obvious ways. Of course, there's a lot of worry and fear over what they can do with the data. They can track anyone, find anyone, see what every individual is doing at any point in time. But I think there's even deeper reasons why this data empowers these huge companies to control our society and make us do things. So lots of predictive technologies which are implemented by these tech giants. It's not only interested in
knowing what we're going to do, but influencing the patterns of our movement. So technology might suggest routes to use in the city, places to go, restaurants to go to, cafes to go to, music to listen to. And these suggestions are not
just predicting what we might like to do. They're actually influencing the way citizens move, think, eat, meet, and use their city as a space. So London has become a place where a small group of surveillance capitalist companies like Bloom...
You've arrived at our contact's former employer, and aside from some heavily armed security guards, it's basically a ghost town.
Cool.
I don't think this replacement is on site. Dig around and see if you can figure out where they are.
Auto drive now enabled. Auto drive now disabled. Auto drive now enabled. Auto drive now disabled.
That's obviously not normal. Find who's doing this.
Spread out, stay in place.
Alright, find who's hacking this vehicle.
Urgent call. Possible hostile at your location.
Stand down.
Moving inbound to hostile.
Control, we are unsighted of suspects. Over.
I'm in pursuit of the target.
On the skyline, if you ask me.
Returning to
And it's
HQ,
become the
over.
main point of control for millions of people. The system network and Baghdad are both operated in green.
Don't forget about the self-driving cars too.
I always thought they were just running on their own.
No, CTOS is the big control system behind the cars. There was a point back in the earliest days of self-driving car technology that they operated by themselves. They used to use a series of sensors to see the world around them. Radar, for instance, would look far off into the distance, while LiDAR would detect objects nearby. And while these cars still use some of this technology, Bloom CTOS and its detailed maps and data that it has on London really makes Bloom be able to take control of it. And CTOS can take control of your car if you're parked incorrectly. It's no surprise that it was made mandatory to have a self-driving car.
The system is so bad though, it's so annoying. Whenever I try to use one of the shareable self-driving cars, I always find myself stuck in traffic jams or roadblocks. Not to mention the accidents. I've heard so many stories of cars shunting into the back of others. I think they're worse than human drivers sometimes.
The technology was meant to make things better, but Bloom has made it so bad that it just makes London...
Sending location on a 1033. Advised conditions. Looking for what set off the alarm. Control to all units. Be advised, I have a serious pile-up ahead. Received. Moving to intercept. Negative. No sign of a target yet.
Any sign of the target? Anyone? Search has yielded no results. Report back to HQ.
This I didn't! Disgusting!
search.
You can do your corporate espionage from there.
Sending you the data now.
Copy that. I'll analyze the company records while you get to safety.
So, what do we have, Bags?
Well, I found our prospect's replacement. It's an AI. And a pretty shoddy one at that. Nowhere near as smart as me. It could maybe replace a few million humans at most.
Oh, shit.
Oh, right. I suppose from your perspective, that's a lot. If you like, we can go destroy it before it puts anyone else out of work.
Sure, why not? Send me those coordinates.
This is London Police.
Suspect reported in your area, potentially armed and hostile.
Got it.
I'm
Watch
Kat,
for hostiles, people.
and this time we're giving a special shout out from us to the boys and girls at the Signal and Intelligence Response Service, better known as SIRS.
Anyone have visual?
They're going to
Anyone?
be listening anyway. They're listening to everything. But don't worry, we're not going to say anything bad about a massive
Auto drive now enabled.
organization that uses its powers to stifle
Control, add
and shut
suspect
down
to the
free
most
speech.
wanted list.
Instead,
Over.
we're going to look at how SIRS became so powerful. And as usual, we'll keep everyone's names and locations secret, so SIRS doesn't come
Auto
looking
drive now
for them.
enabled.
Ian was a veteran political writer and podcaster back in the days of pre-crisis Britain.
Auto drive now enabled.
Fascist. Well, this is what fascism is. It is the complete and total control of the individual. The desire to basically say to the individual, nothing in your life matters. On an individual basis, you are now part of the whole, part of the nation, and the only meaning that you will find in your life is to become part of the nation. What is a nation? A nation doesn't mean anything, right? The nation is basically just encapsulated. The leader that takes over, that claims that he, has this sort of access to the soul of the country, to the soul of the people. He never does, it's just a myth. But that's what they go for. And on that basis, they take the right to control every aspect of your life, from who you talk to where you eat.
The job-killing AI's code blueprint has been packed up into a crate on site.
Time for some smash and dash.
Auto drive now disabled.
You found it, now find some way to destroy it.
Listen. Shutting down. Investigating disturbance. Target malfunction. Spider's been compromised. The hacker's got to be nearby. Terminating the search. Investigation underway.
All clear over here. Moving on.
Searching for suspect. Currently searching the perimeter. Target remains undetected.
I'm gonna puke.
What? This shouldn't be off.
Do not hesitate to report a crime. People of London, all illegal activities will be prosecuted.
Leaving! I need a hand! Taking point. I need assistance! Get into cover!
Engaging target.
AI successfully murdered. Now get to safety and I'll send our friend the good news.
Check the surroundings. Drone, begin a search.
Things have kind of taken a twist. Your replacement? Turns out it's an AI. Figure it's cheaper than what they were paying you, and they can literally program it to do whatever they want.
You can't be serious.
Yeah, that AI was going to replace your whole industry. Would have been tough to find another job after that. But DedSec stopped it. So, no trouble.
Wonderful, thank you.
You should totally join up with DedSec. Kick ass for a cause.
Right. Count me in.
Right on. We need more people looking for respect and up for a fight.
Brilliant. I'm not ready to go to pasture yet. Let's get to it.
Brilliant.
Don't like where this is going. All you're gonna find here is trouble, motherfucker. So get the fuck out.
Any luck yet? Drone, enter search protocol. All clear. The suspect has been
This is an announcement. For your security, citizens should avoid non-essential travel.
Keep it together. The suspect must have made off.
All units, I say again, all units, we have reports of a hostile in your area. Over control. We've received the call, over.
Thank you, dear. Bless
you. There's our target. Over.
Little bargain service of beating people up. Well, it's probably not quite as low as the figures suggest.
I don't know. I think they're probably right. Who has the opportunity to commit violent crime these days anyway? The moment you pick up a fruit knife, you get tasered by a robot policeman and deported for looking Bulgarian. It's a much more peaceful society. It's
No
just
sign of
much
suspect.
less of a society.
I want to know the details of the contracts. Alison, a dissident duffed up as it is a set rate for each extrajudicial state mugging? And what is that rate? What do you think?
Well, they certainly look like they're trying to hit a
That's
quota.
it. I'm calling off the pursuit.
But what is the set rate? Is it what, 1.95 cryptos bargain? Seems very reasonable indeed. I imagine they don't ask too much anyway, Alvin, because it's just so nice to get paid for doing your hobby anyway, isn't it? I imagine it doesn't even feel like work.
I mean, who needs violent crime anymore anyway? You know. just starve to death without even starting a gang war.
We do have to ask exactly what does the Prime Minister make of all this. Let's ask him. Oh, I hope they pick up. Hello, you're through to number 10 Downing Street. Hello, is the Prime Minister there, please? Let me just check. Sorry, you've missed him. I'm afraid he popped out for the decade. Oh, never mind. Is there any Oh, happy times.
You're listening to The Bar.
Did you think Scotland will ever come back?
I don't think we've ever had a Prime Minister.
Oh, that's a much more reassuring way of looking at things. What have we become? Alice, when you look at the state of our politics, we're supposed to have the mother of parliaments. Well, this is one mother that has emphatically abandoned her kids in the woods to be brought up by wolves. And let me tell you, that never works out like it does in the stories. Wolves are bad parents. Unless you're a wolf, in which case they can do a job bringing you up as a wolf. Do not give your children to wolves. And do we actually own anything as a country now? Is there anything we haven't flogged off for profit? Oh, I think we've basically just become a homeopathic Britain. Diluted and diluted until there's barely a trace of the original Britain left. But some quackish lunatics insist it actually works better that way. It's total bullshit. Is there anything left? New on the bug this week, a new feature. The Bug Off feature. The person who has most irritated us in Britain this week, we're going to tell to bug off, and to get things going, I'm going to nominate Big Nigel. Nigel Cassidy, this is Britain. History tells us this place is a bastion of freedom. I'm just not sure that that kind of freedom should involve Big Nigel expressing his freedom to run a private army. I guess, historically, the precedent, the East India Company, that was a trading house with an army of 250,000 soldiers, which is a lot for a company. The Bug PLC has Alice with a water pistol, but crucially, compared with Albion, the East India Company didn't operate its 250,000 strong army in London. It did it a long way away, out of sight, out of mind. Anyone to nominate for the Bug Off, Alice?
I think today's Bug Off for me goes to my streaming service. I'm sick of being recommended things based on things I already like. The other day it recommended me to watch a reality TV competitive dating show set in a nude commune. Andy, I watched it and I liked it, and I do not want to be the kind of person who enjoys nude competitive reality television dating shows. I do not want to know that about myself. I have to go sit in the corner and cry. That's it.
Personal space, mate.
I know, but why?
Ross, how is that even possible?
Just leave me on you understand? She said what? I like it.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Hello, mate.
From our beloved government, France, but I'm going to read between the lines here.
Actually, so there's probably there's too much medicine, if anything. Just medicine. You can't move for medicine. In fact, just this morning, I tried to pour some cornflakes into bowl for breakfast, and out tumbled a 12-month course of
Auto drive now enabled.
corticosteroids and anti-retrofungal neurodilatory estrogen spermatotropic fruit pastils.
The people claiming there are medical shortages are probably high on lots of medicine that they've been given. I, for one, believe that there are no medical shortages, Andy. Just last week I went in with a broken arm and they suggested it might just be extreme period pain and prescribed me a drink of water and an astrology chart.
Auto drive now disabled.
We can't be too far away from them just prescribing stiff upper.
My uncle had a